let's set the stage. You're walking home one night. You live in the countryside, so the streets are empty and your surroundings are pretty dark and gloomy. You have to walk up a steep hill to get home, but you're almost there. On the way, you notice a woman standing at the top. She's facing the other way, so you can only see her back, but she's wearing what appears to be a business suit, so everything must be okay, right? There's no way she could be a ghost. But as you get closer, something doesn't feel right. She still hasn't turned around. She's just standing there, frozen on the spot. But then, suddenly, she throws her head back, almost like doing a bridge, but it's only her head that moves. Her neck bends unnaturally at a 180-degree angle, and now she's looking at you. Her body in the same position, but her head now upside down. What else can you do but run? And run you do, but she's so fast that even with her body running backwards, she not only catches up to you, she overtakes you, running to the bottom of the steep slope. Well, surely she can't outspeed you going back up, right? But that's exactly what she does, turning so her back faces you once again and running back up the hill, constantly overtaking you, back and forth, so you're trapped and unable to escape her either way. R.I.P. It's unknown whether this strange woman is a ghost or a yokai or something else entirely, but she came to us thanks to a post on Ni Channel all the way back in 2001. According to the original poster, this happened to him a few years earlier, back in 1998. He was heading home one night in the countryside, and to get there he had to walk up a steep hill about 100 meters long. On the side of this steep road was a stone fence about 1 meter high, so that people didn't fall over the edge. Being the countryside, the road was empty. At least, other than the woman he saw standing at the top of the hill. She had long hair and was wearing a dull pink suit. At a glance, there was nothing especially odd about her, but something instinctively felt off. Looking closer, he realized that her hair was fluttering in the wind, but other than that, she was completely frozen, almost like stone. But then, as he got closer, trying to get an even better look at her, something strange happened. The woman's head flung back at a 180-degree angle, almost like her neck was nothing but rubber, and stared right at him. It was too dark to see the exact expression on her face, but as he stepped back, she stepped towards him, her body still facing the other way. Thinking he could escape her by running downhill, the man picked up the pace and ran, but the woman quickly caught up to him, her heels clacking loudly on the asphalt. As she passed him, his arm broke out in goosebumps. Yet the woman didn't attack him, so he let out a sigh of relief, thinking he would be okay now. But then, his breath caught in his throat again. The woman was now standing at the bottom, once again looking like a normal woman with her back to him. But again, her head flopped backwards, and she started walking towards him once more, this time uphill. Thinking he could outpace her by running up the hill, the man ran as fast as he could, but again she overtook him and stopped at the top. Over and over this continued, several times, until the man was so exhausted he could no longer even run. At a loss for what to do, he threw himself over the stone fence. It was a 5-meter drop, but he was able to hold on and prevent himself from falling all the way down. After clawing back up, he peeked over the stone fence and saw that, now, the woman was gone. Afraid of the road, the man decided to continue walking up the other side of the stone fence, even though it was far more dangerous. But when he reached the top, there was still no sign of the woman, It appeared he was safe, but he developed a fear of that hill after that, and still doesn't like to use it, afraid that he might run into that woman again someday. But that's all we know of this strange woman. She shares a few characteristics with Turbo Granny and Kuchisake Onna, being able to run really fast. Although she maybe trumps even them by being able to do it backwards. She also has a bit of a floppy neck problem and likes to appear on hills. But why? What's up with her dull pink business suit? Why is she on that hill in particular? We don't know, but it would appear her MO is simple. Chase you up and down the hill until you tire, and presumably pass out from exhaustion. And we can guess she likes that hill in particular because the only way to escape her is, well, also rather dangerous. Jump the meter-high stone fence and be faced with a rather large 5-meter drop. This becomes even more dangerous after she has exhausted you by chasing you up and down several times. Her location is never stated either, simply the countryside. But that's what makes creatures like these all the more scary, isn't it? She could appear anywhere, even near where you live. And most of Japan's countryside is made up of mountains and steep roads. In fact, I also lived at the top of a very steep hill like the one described here, that also had a rather steep drop to one side. And that's what makes monsters like this so successful. The common fear that they could get you too. At any rate, it would appear that the Sakamichi no Onna, or the woman on the slope, hasn't been seen too much since the late 1990s. Perhaps she was a victim of the economic bubble that burst in the 90s, explaining her dull suit. But it seems we may never truly know her full story. But the next time you have to take a steep hill, beware. Maybe she's still lurking out there somewhere, waiting for her next victim to exhaust. But what did you guys think of this one? Do you have any similar stories where you're from? Let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to help support this channel so you can see more content like this, please consider hitting that join button down below as well. Every bit of support really helps. Thanks guys, and I'll see you again next time.